Gav goes in. Big up yourselves for coming through. Big up to all the mods and big up to all the newcomers as well coming in. Guys, we'll go through some of your questions before we start. And obviously we're going to discuss a certain Alejandro Garnacho. And we're going to discuss, what's his name? Fermin Lopez as well. So, yeah, some big things to discuss. And as always, guys, make sure all your comments keep coming in. And make sure you're giving me your questions as well. And big up yourselves each and every time. So, Lumi says, Garnacho looks certain to go to Chelsea. I think if you're a Chelsea fan, you know, I think you'd have to be looking at that as, you know, a wasted signing. And again, I'm surprised that Chelsea actually want Garnacho, if I'm honest, you know. But again, yeah, it's looking like that is his preferred destination. It's looking like that Chelsea are looking at him as a possible signing, you know. And I think just getting him at the club is going to be good, you know. And it's one of them things where, yeah, as I said, I think why they're targeting him, as I said, I'm surprised, but obviously they know something that we don't, you know. And obviously I think the fee is as little as 30 million as well. So yeah, obviously we'll get on to Garnacho in a bit anyway. Johan Vista looks certain to go to Newcastle. Højlund looking certain to go to Leipzig. I mean, if, you know, I don't really want Sesko, but if United can get Sesko and swap for Rasmus Højlund, I think that will be looked at as a very good deal. Whether that happens, I don't know. Is he going to choose Newcastle? You know, it remains to be seen. Grealish to Napoli. Yeah, listen, man. Jack Grealish, very good player. Can I see him going to Italy? I don't know, man. Because I think personally he's got a lot of unfinished business to do in the Premier League. You know, and I think if he does definitely leave Man City, there will be some teams that will definitely be in for him, for sure. You know, so big up to J Toxic Fiery. Yeah, big up, bro, for coming through. Big up. Guys, make sure when we come through, we smash that like button and make sure you sub to the channel as well. Big up to Safcom Wallace, says Sesko to Wrexham. You heard it here first. Yeah, I think Safcom's probably drinking again. Sesko to Wrexham. Yeah, listen, Wrexham have actually got money. You know what I mean? They've got money. So they've got Ryan Reynolds and they've got forgot the other guy's name that owned the club. So yeah, they've got money behind them. But Sesko to Wrexham, yeah, let's just be serious, you know. But big up. Sesko to Morecambe. Morecambe, bloody hell. That's a team name I ain't heard for time. Big up to Sham as well for coming through. Big up to Reluctant Gamer each and every time. Sham says, could you see Grealish going back to Villa? You know what? I think for his career, that will be a better bet, you know, because I think I look at Villa need like a left winger, I would say. Maybe they need someone with pace, or maybe they need someone with trickery. And I think someone like Jack Grealish, you know, I think this is where, obviously, as we know, Grealish made his name, you know, where he was given that license by Dean Smith to just go and get on the ball. And I think him going to back to Aston Villa, or even, as Safcom says, to Tottenham, I think that would be a great move, not only for the club, but for his career as well. And yeah, as I said, man, I think that would be something that might be revisited, you know. But I think someone like Grealish needs to be playing regular football. And again, the World Cup is round the corner. And as I said, I think he definitely needs to be getting some game time, whether that's going to be at Villa or Tottenham. I definitely think there'll be interest in this league. Whether he wants to lower his wage is going to be one thing. But I think it's something to watch out for. But I think before the season starts, I don't see Grealish being at Man City. You know, I think personally, if he's still at Man City, that's good for Man City. But I just don't know if him and Pep see eye to eye, if I'm honest, you know. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Big up to Lewis Jackson as well. Lewis says Glazers out. Yeah, listen, I'm obviously, as we know, the Glazers have been a massive problem, you know, but I'm not really here for this Glazers out at the moment. You know, I think we need to just focus on, you know, this transfer window, this summer transfer window, see what happens, and then we can revisit that another time. And I think, again, I think this Glazers out talk is wasted breath, really, because the Glazers ain't going anywhere. You know, so it's not really there's not really any point talking about Glazers and saying they need to go, because unless someone comes in and gets them out, it's just wasted time. As I say, Glazers have been a problem since Sir Alex Ferguson was in charge. So, as I said, yeah, I don't really want to be hearing Glazers out or talking about that, because nothing's going to happen, as we know, you know. Yeah, I heard about Madison. Yeah, Madison got a bad injury. I think Thomas Frank confirmed that as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens to Madison, if he's going to be out for a longer time. And I think with Tottenham, you know, I think they might even be even more eager to go and sign a left winger, someone that can play as a 10 as well. And I think Eze is perfect for them. You know, whether Eze goes to Arsenal, I think there was links to Tottenham. And for me, Tottenham need to go and firm up their interest in Eze now and try and see if they can get a deal over the line. You know, especially with Madison being injured, and obviously Son is going as well. So yeah, definitely need to go and get reinforcements, I believe, in that part of that side of the pitch now. You know, because Madison obviously more as a number 10, but did play on the left at sometimes, and obviously Son, as we know, plays on the left and plays through the middle. So I think Tottenham definitely will go back into the market, and they have to, you know. But yeah, guys. So yeah, Alejandro Garnacho. So as we know, Garnacho is leaving Manchester United. You know, there's no surprise there. And you know what? For me, it's a relief, really, because the amount of people that were protecting this guy, was saying that this guy's the future, number 7 shirt, all that nonsense. And the fact that he's on his way out, and again, you know, obviously he's been liking a post saying that he's going to be going to Chelsea, you know, disrespecting Man United yet again. And again, the thing is with me, I'm not really surprised, because as I mentioned before, when he was walking around in an Aston Villa top with Rashford on the back, Garnacho's been displaying this type of attitude ever since he come through the first team. You know, when he was given his the confidence of Ten Hag, and he was playing regular football, he actually believed that he should be there. You know, and the fact that he's doing all these type of issues now with the top with Aston Villa, you know, liking posts saying that he's going to Chelsea. Why are we surprised? Because as I said, he's been doing this, and as I said, you know, I think he's someone, for me, the quicker he gets out the club, the better. Again, in January, you know, there was talk about him being moved on, and the club didn't really take the offers that were there. Obviously, there was talk about him wanting more money as well. But for me, it's one of them things now where 30 million, I think what's been reported, just take the money and just go, you know. And as I said, I'm very surprised that Chelsea actually want him. And I wonder if Chelsea still, by the end of this transfer window, if they actually see sense and go for someone else, because I just don't understand the whole Garnacho thing. And it can only mean that they're looking to try and capitalize on his value, in terms of, funny enough, he has got people out there that do actually think he's good. So that's the only thing I can think of, because if Chelsea actually think he's going to be a regular starting player, then yeah, it's crazy business, man. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that one. But yeah, I think 30 million. You know, I think there's been talk of Chelsea getting the Xavi Simons deal wrapped up, and then they're going to go for Garnacho. Obviously, Yorel Hato has actually signed today as well. You know, 19-year-old defender. Again, if you guys check out my Next Gen 50, I mentioned Yorel Hato in there as well. So he's now been signed by Chelsea. And to be fair, it's a very good signing for the future as well. And you'd have to think now that's Chelsea's left back, come centre back, left footed centre backs. That's them sorted out now. You know, you think obviously left sided centre backs. You've got Colwill, You've got Badashile still there. You've now got Yoro Hato. And of course, Hato can cover left back as well with first choice Mark Cucurella. So, yeah, man, you think that that's them sorted out now for that side of the pitch. Unless Cucurella does move on eventually, they might go and get someone else. But I think Renato Vega, you know, he wants to play centre-back, which ain't going to happen. So he's going to be moved on as well. But I think, yeah, once those business is done, I think the likes of Garnacho, the interest that's been shown in him from Chelsea might actually firm up. But again, man, I think if you're a Chelsea fan, you must be thinking to yourself, you know, that is concerning that they're actually going for Garnacho. And again, if you are a Chelsea fan in it, let me know, guys, what you think of the Garnacho signing. Should go through some. So Jay says Garnacho to Chelsea is a disgrace. That's because I'm a Spurs fan. Yeah, listen, man, it's actually crazy, man. I never thought Chelsea would come in for him. You think of the amount of players that Chelsea have, the amount of money that they spend, and they're going to use that money to go and get Garnacho. And again, Garnacho is not even better than Bino Gittins. So it's kind of an odd signing what they're doing, really. But again, I think it must be something to do with them looking at flipping him for money because it don't make any sense, really. You know, and Jay Toxic Fire is a Spurs fan. Jay, who knows, man? Even you guys might even come in for him. Who knows? You guys might even come in for him because you guys are looking for a left winger. I know Mattis Tell's been signed, but obviously Tell can play through the middle as well. But I think, yeah, Garnacho might even be a target for Tottenham. Who knows? You know, it's unlikely because I think Thomas Frank has got sense, but I wouldn't rule it out. Put it that way. You know. Saf Tom says Chelsea shining a lot. Their squad is decent to say the least. Yeah, I think Chelsea's. I think they have what 2 players for each position. You know, and what I would say is I didn't really expect the window that they was going to have. You know, I thought they would have at least signed more established players. You know, but again, they've got their plan. You know, you think of João Pedro, very good signing for me. The lap coming through as well. You know, Hato looking at getting Xavi Simons. Yeah, and I'm thinking after the Xavi Simons, again, mentioned Garnacho, but I just wonder if Chelsea have got something up their sleeve in signing someone they haven't been linked with, you know, and just making everyone sit up and take notice. I wonder if they've got that in the pipeline. And I think personally, they're going to need to do that as well if they're going to want to challenge City or Liverpool this season. Safcom says, will Garnacho play at Chelsea? Well, this is the problem. You know, I think if you look at that left-hand side, even with the signing of Bino Gittins, is still weak. You know, and you think if Garnacho does go there, they've got 2 players there, really, that they can do with upgrading massively. So I don't really know what the plan is for them. Yeah, I don't really know what the plan is. But what I will say is, man, it's underwhelming if you're a Chelsea fan, in my opinion, to see that you guys have got Bino Gittins, who wasn't even starting at Dortmund regularly, and now Garnacho, who isn't even good enough to be at Man United, at how bad they are. So yeah, it is concerning, man. But as I said, maybe they know something that we don't. But if they can come and give United 30 mil for him or anything and get him at the club, then yeah, I'm all there for that, man. Definitely. Lewis Jackson says at GavGoesIn, bit off topic, but was you a teacher at some point? Yeah, bro, I was, man. How did you know that? Like, that's mad. Yeah, I was. But big up, man. Big up. I'm trying to think. How did you know that? But yeah, no, big up yourself for coming through, man. So Jay Toxic Fiery says Garnacho to Spurs would be amazing. Jay, to be honest with you, man, I'm surprised you're coming out with that. So obviously you've been putting some good comments, obviously in the recent polls. And guys, if you haven't voted on the polls that I've been doing, give them a check. There's some good polls out there. There was one that I put out, which a lot of you that have voted, I can tell you guys found it hard. Obviously, judging by the comments, it was the if you had to pick one striker between Benzema, Lewandowski, Luis Suarez, and Sergio Aguero, and what order would you put them in? So yeah, give that a check if you get a chance. And as I said with Jay, obviously has got some good football knowledge, but the fact that he thinks Garnacho to Spurs would be amazing, I'm not sure if he's being serious or not, because again, like, you guys have had Timo Werner, and I'd go as far and say as I think Timo Werner's probably better than Garnacho. Like, I don't rate Garnacho one bit, so yeah, that's surprising, Jay, man. But I don't know, maybe you like Garnacho, or maybe you just think you need someone in that part of the pitch. Who knows? Who knows? Big up to Mute. Mine says Chelsea is overcooking. Well, if they buy Garnacho, man, then yeah, 100%, 100%. It's a mad one with Garnacho. As I said, his attitude has been poor from day at Man United, and the fact that he's on his way out, is good news. But to think that he's going to Chelsea, like, that is crazy, man. That's crazy work, man. You don't go and sign Garnacho if you're a club that's looking to go to the next level. And the fact that they're actually going for him, yeah, it is a bit crazy, man. I have to be honest. So Chelsea tie them down on long contracts, then hopefully sell for profit. Yeah, Chelsea have been doing that for a while, But if you look at the players that Chelsea have brought through and they've signed them on long deals, I mean, if we go through their team, the likes of, Moises Caicedo, Romeo Lavia, I know he's been injured, Cole Palmer, those players there, they're not looking to sell those players, because those players there are crucial to their team. So it's one of them things now where the likes of I mean, I could see them selling a Pedro Neto, in the next couple of seasons. Malo Gusto, I think he might be on thin ice at Chelsea. I think they could look at selling him if he doesn't back up his ideas. But I think the likes of Cole Palmer, Caicedo, Lavia, João Pedro now as well, possibly Delap. I think these guys are for the long haul. They're there for as long as they kind of want to be. I believe. So. Jay says, I know this is not a football question, but did you watch WWE SummerSlam? Yep, I did. Obviously, the second part's on tonight. But yeah, Seth Rollins obviously faking that injury, coming back, cashing his money in the bank. And yeah, obviously after CM Punk just beat Gunther, Seth Rollins coming with a stomp. And obviously he's now the new world heavyweight champion, and... Again, Roman Reigns and Jey Uso defeating Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed. And the thing is, guys, as well, make sure you check out the poll as well. So if any of you watch wrestling, let me know what you think about Roman Reigns' theme song. Because to be honest with you, I prefer his head of the table theme song. The one he's using now, which is the OTC one, yeah, that has to go. So let me know as well. And if you check out the poll, make sure you vote and let me know if you feel that Roman Reigns needs to go back to the head of the table theme song rather than this OTC one, because this one's just doing my head in, I have to be honest. But yeah, big up Jay, man. Yeah, definitely watch that. And I'm going to watch the Man United game tonight, obviously at 10 o'clock against Everton. But I might try and see if I can try and get that one on the SummerSlam Part 2 on later as well. So yeah, man. Big up. Safcom says Suarez. Yeah, listen. You know what? I was thinking Suarez, because that list today was difficult. And for me, there's no right or wrong answer, as I was saying in the comments. My personal preference is Karim Benzema. You know, Karim Benzema modeled his game on R9. R9 is one of my favorite ever players, my favorite striker. So yeah, Karim Benzema is one of my favorites, man. So he gets a nod for me. But Lewandowski, Aguero, and Luis Suarez. Listen, that is a difficult list to try and compile. And as I said, whoever anyone picks, you know, I can't blame you for picking whoever, because it's an order that anyone that finishes bottom doesn't deserve to be bottom. So yeah. But yeah, if you guys give it a check, then give that a vote and let me know what you think as well in the comments. So Liverpool, City, Chelsea, and golf in that order. Who's that for? Who's that for, Sham? Who's that for? So Safcom says the way Garnacho acted, I would steer well clear. Yeah, listen, man. I think not only is Garnacho for me not a good player, but he also has a stinking attitude as well. The guy actually thinks he's that level of player, you know. And I don't really blame him 100%. I blame a lot of the Man United fan base, and I blame Eric Ten Hag and whatever management put him in a place to make him think he's that good, you know. And this is the problem. So the fact that he's now acting up, you know, I think people should have been aware of this anyway, you know, because I've never rated Garnacho. And the fact that he's disrespecting the club by, you know, wearing an Aston Villa top, you know, liking posts saying that he's going to go to Chelsea. Again, the fans that stuck up for him, you know, a lot of them have now got egg on their face because, again, a lot of these people were trying to back his corner, saying he's going to take the number 7 shirt and he's the next coming of Cristiano Ronaldo, all this other nonsense. And look what's happened now, man. A lot of these fans now want rid of him. So, yeah. But these guys should have been aware from this from the start. And this is what I mean. A lot of Man United fans are just delayed. You know, they're delayed. I'm very good at looking at a player. I'm thinking to myself, you know, this player isn't someone that these fans think he is. I'm very good at judging that. This is why I said about Rasmus Højlund. Even when Rasmus Højlund first came, I said, nope, this guy ain't good enough. And now, obviously, it's one of them things that he's now dividing the fan base. And again, the majority of the fan base, if they're serious, would want rid of this manager, and rid of the player. So yeah, we have to see how that pans out, man. Definitely. Big up to Thomas C. Big up to Testers of Life. Yeah, big up, guys, for coming through. Guys, make sure we smash the like button. We've only got 8 likes. Let's at least hit 10 as a minimum. And then we're going to try and hit 20 as well. So when you come through and you're enjoying the content, just smash that like button. It just takes one press of the button. Helps the channel be seen by other people. And then, again, if you haven't subbed to the channel, make sure you do as well. Big up yourselves. 40 the Rapper says, you definitely got Jaleel White comparisons. Boy, I don't even know who Jaleel White is. I'm guessing he's good looking, though. Big up 40 the Rapper. But I'm not even sure who that even is, Jaleel White. I don't even know, man. But big up. Yeah, Lewis says, come on, you Reds tonight. United. Yeah, listen, Lewis, you know what it is? All I want to see is a good performance. You know, I'm not really too interested with the result. I just want to see a good performance. And then obviously United have got Fiorentina next game. And then obviously the big one against Arsenal. And guys, I will be doing a live watch along for that game as well. The game against Arsenal. You know, first game of the Premier League game of the season in under 2 weeks. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that. So if you guys want to come through, show the channel some support and interact, I'll definitely be scheduling that to do a live watch along. But as I said, I just want to see a good performance. You know, Brian Mbeumo, his debut tonight as well. I think he'll at least get 45 minutes. But yeah, I just want to see a good performance because I know a lot of fans have been getting a bit excited at how United have been playing over the pre-season. But the games that I've been watching against West Ham and against Bournemouth, I haven't really been too impressed, I'll be honest with you. I think the results have been good. Individual performances have been good. But as a collective, I haven't seen much difference to what I've been seeing. So I think it's important for me tonight to see a good performance. You know, I'm expecting him to play a strong team as well. And then the Fiorentina game, I think he might switch things up. But yeah, as I said, performance for me rather than result, because results have no longevity, you know what I mean? But performances do. So if you can perform well, there's a kind of camaraderie amongst the squad. There's relationships being built. That's the main thing for me. So I want to see a good performance. And yeah, kickoff's at 10 o'clock. So guys, I will be back tomorrow morning as well at 11:30 to do my match reaction to the game tonight. So yeah, if you guys are available, make sure you come through tomorrow at 11:30 for the match reaction between Man United and Everton. And then I'm live again at 6 o'clock with Jonas as well as usual. So yeah, make sure you guys come through. Big up to Ennis there. Big up, man, each and every time. Big up yourself, bro, for coming through. Big up to Jude Fenwick as well. J Toxic Fiery says, I got to say personally, Lewandowski, but Benzema would be a perfect answer too. Yeah, as I said, this order that I've done, and again, make sure you check out the posts. Those are four of the best strikers of their generation, and just picking one, doesn't feel right. But as I said, personal preference for me is Karim Benzema. But as I said, if you guys pick Suarez, Lewandowski, or Aguero, I wouldn't complain, because as I said, that is a tough list to compile. And for me, in order, I would say Benzema number 1, Aguero 2, Lewandowski 3, Suarez 4. And again, I'm even saying this order, and I don't even think this order is even correct, because again, it's for me. I'm the fact that Luis Suarez at the bottom. I feel like Luis Suarez can be second. You know what I mean, or third. Like it's mad. It's a mad list, and that's why I done it, because it's difficult. So yeah, as I said, man, it's one of them things where there's no right or wrong answer. If you put any other order, then I wouldn't complain, man, because it's a difficult one. But big up. Big up to Daniela Iacona as well. Big up, Daniela, for coming through. Guys, make sure we smash the like button on the way in as well. Big up yourselves. Jude says, Garnacho is as talented as a Sunday League player and the ego of Messi and Ronaldo. And Jude, you know what? I can't fault you on that. That's the problem. That is the problem. And I saw this Garnacho when he first came through United. When he started getting more game time, you could see that he thought he belonged there, And again, I don't entirely blame him. I blame the management, because they should have kept this player grounded, And the fact that he's got this ego now, it's been instigated by the club. So when he's disrespecting the club and doing these kind of things, we can't really be surprised. You know what I mean? So as I said, man, he needs to he needs to go, man. You know what I mean? Definitely. Yeah, listen, he thinks it's the next big thing. He does. I mean, again, his idol's Ronaldo. And what makes me laugh is that his idol can be Ronaldo all he wants, but you got to make your own career. The fact that he's trying to model himself off of Ronaldo, with the teeth, the earrings, and the way that he just tries to portray himself. Make your own career, you know what I mean? But he's too fixated on Ronaldo, and Ronaldo's level in comparison to what Garnacho is now is night and day, So the thing is, it's like he needs to just make his own career. But the fact that he thinks he's Ronaldo is going to be his downfall, And as I said, if Chelsea want him, come and take him. Give us the money so we can go and spend elsewhere. And again, it's going to be 100% profit as well. I just like if Chelsea are buying him to be a first team player, like that takes them backwards, because he ain't no first team player. He's not, And Garnacho is a player as well for me, that his career is gonna go and end up like playing for a bottom half to mid table team, whether it's in Spain or Germany, or England. He's not gonna be a regular international either, because for me, the amount of quality that Argentina will always bring through, and competition is high in them attacking midfield positions as well, or the winger positions, and he ain't got the quality to hold the place down. So yeah, he's gonna end up in obscurity for me. You know, definitely. So, Jay says I will put in this order: Lewandowski, Karim, number 15, and Suarez. So, Jay, I think you're saying number 15 meaning Aguero. Aguero's number 16, bro. He went from 16 to 10 at Man City. So if you're saying number 15, let's put some respect on Aguero's name, man, and get his number right at least. But big up, bro. Um, yeah, big up Lewis, man. Big up, bro. Uh, so 40 the rapper says, look him up when you get a chance. Yeah, if I remember once I finish the stream, man, I will. I will. Jaleel White, yeah? Big up. So Sham says, I see, I see the comparisons, but he doesn't have Gav's hairline. Yeah, listen, the hairline's looking a bit sharp, man, I must say. The hairline's looking very sharp. Yeah, big up, man. So Drew reckons we'll win 3-2. What, tonight? Against Arsenal or against Everton? I don't. If it's against Arsenal, I can't see it being that high score in the game, to be honest with you. I think if United beat Arsenal, we're looking at an odd goal, like a 1-0 or a 2-1. But I'm expecting a draw against Arsenal personally, you know. Yeah, big up to Lumi. Lumi says, thoughts on Maddison's bad injury today. Big loss for Thomas for Tottenham, in my opinion. He would have done well in Frank's system. Lumi, how long is he out for? James Maddison, because I think if he's out for a long time, you know, I think they might even dip into the transfer market again, especially. And I think Eze now becomes a must because Eze can play as a 10 and if need be from the left as well. You know, you got Kulusevski who can play in a 10. But if we're looking at actual number 10s now that Maddison's injured, you've only really got Dejan Kulusevski. So I wonder if they're going to go into for an Eze or someone of that profile, which is why Gibbs White as well would have been a very good signing for them because he can play 10 and play from the left as well. So, yeah, who knows, man? Who knows? But if anyone knows how long Maddison's out for, let us know. So, Safcom says, Henry, Rooney, Salah and Shearer. Who's the best in your opinion? The thing is, you can't really compare all them, really, because if you look at Henry, so what I like doing is that I like to compare position for position. You know, if it's a striker, it's strikers or wide players or wide players. But in that order, in that list there, Safcon, what you've done, you've got Henry, who wasn't a Alan Shearer type of out-and-out striker. As we know, Henry drifted out to the left, so he's not your conventional striker. You've got Wayne Rooney, who was more of a number 10, but can play as a striker. You've got Alan Shearer, as I said, who's your number 9 striker. And then you've got Mo Salah, who's a wide forward. So you can't really compare all four of them, really. They're not really identical in terms of positions. But if I had to pick one out of those four, I mean, I'd love to pick Wayne Rooney. You know, as I said, I've seen Wayne Rooney from ever since when I was a 14-year-old up and close, how good he was. But for me, it has to be Henry, because I look at Henry as the best player to ever play in the Premier League. And that's annoying for me to say, because obviously he's Arsenal, you know, I'm Man United. But I'd say Henry, if we're being honest. But again, you can't really compare the players, because all four of those players, they're all different type of players. Whereas the other four that I've done, Benzema, Suarez, Aguero, and Lewandowski, all played as a strikers in their prime, you know. Juice said, I said that Lewandowski is the best goal scorer of them, but in terms of overall player, Luis Suarez and Benzema are better. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that, Jude, because I think in terms of out and out goal scorers, I think you're right, Lewandowski. In terms of a poacher, I'd say Sergio Aguero. But in terms of overall, in terms of link play, skill, you know, technical ability, it's Benzema and Luis Suarez. Yeah. So again, it's difficult to pick out of those four, and that's why I've done it, because I just like to see people's opinions and see what they think. You know, again, you might have your personal preference, but a lot of it comes down to do with you know, like minute details, I would say. So I just look at what Benzema has to offer in terms of everything as a football player. I think he edges it just above those other three, you know. But yeah, top player, man. Um, Amarim said he wants to be at United for 20 more years. Sounds to me he wants to emulate the great Sir Alex Ferguson. Yeah, listen, I've been hearing some of these comments from today, and these comments that Amarim is saying, like, guys, I'd advise you to take no notice of it, because again, Amarim's gonna come out and he's gonna start, you know, saying all this nonsense about he wants to be here for 20 years and you know he can see himself having a long-term future at the club. He's got 5 games at the start of the season, because all this talk will be for no reason. Will be for no reason if he doesn't get any positive results in those first 5 games. You know, because I believe Ineos, you know, if they look at him in those first 5 games and the results are not positive, you know, they'll pull the plug. So again, Amrim can do all this want. He can, you know, he can play up to the to certain fans, so they can start saying, you know, he really wants to be here. The proof in the pudding is the first 5 games of the season, because if he doesn't get good results, you know, all this talk is just useless. So I'm not even going to take that seriously, you know. But I've heard some of the comments today, but it is what it is. So Gamer says, bro, that poll you made about best strikers is good, no joke. Putting them in order is hard for me. It's 1 Benzema, 2 Lewandowski, 3 Aguero, 4 Suarez. Yeah. Bro, listen, I couldn't really disagree, man, because it's not easy. Because it's, yeah, the fact that Luis Suarez is he's 4th just shows you that it's a hard order to kind of predict, really. But as I said, yeah, everyone has their preference. As I said, for me, it's Benzema number 1, Aguero 2, Lewandowski 3, Suarez 4. You know, but again, it doesn't even feel right putting Suarez as number 4, because for me, I put him up there as one of the best players to play in the Premier League from when he was at Liverpool. So yeah. Okay, so he done his ACL. No way. No way. He done his ACL. Gutted, man. Everyone's doing their ACL, man, in this Premier League. It's mad. It's absolutely mad. So Lumi, is that confirmed that that Maddison's done his ACL? Guys, if anyone knows if that's confirmed, let us know in the chat. Big up to Luke Green as well. Big up. First time in the chat. Big up, Luke. Guys, come on. Only 10 likes. Let's at least smash the like if we're in there and we're enjoying the content. And again, make sure you sub to the channel and make sure you check out my other content as well. So he walked out of the stadium on crutches. Okay. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That is absolutely crazy. That is crazy. Drogba is up there, says Luke Green. What, with Benzema? Listen, Drogba for me was one of the best strikers in the Premier League. But can I put him in there with... I mean, I suppose you could, but it just means who would you get rid of? That's a better question. Luke, if you're still in the chat, the order that I've done, and again, make sure you check out my my poll as well for if you had to pick one striker. So if you was to put Drogba in that list, who you taking out? Benzema, Suarez, Lewandowski, or Aguero? Who you taking out? Because I just don't know who Drogba can go in there ahead of. Even though Drogba, for me, is one of the best strikers to play in the Premiership. He is, you know. Gamer says Alan Shearer or Harry Kane. For me, Harry Kane. I think Harry Kane as a pure footballer, you know, edges it for me. Well, it doesn't edge it. He's just a better player. You know, Alan Shearer was a supreme goal scorer, and again, does hold the record. But for me, Harry Kane just a better all round footballer. You know, so yeah, that's how I kind of see it. So Maddison has suffered an ACL, which could potentially put him out for the entire season. No way. To be fair, Sham, he wasn't going to the World Cup anyway. I don't believe, because if you think about it, he's not even been in the most recent squads. You know, he's a player again that's always overlooked. Um, Michael O says Madison's trash. Nah, he's not trash, man. What are you talking about? He's not trash. You can't say he's trash. He's a very good footballer, man. Yeah, I disagree. Um, but again, competition for a place in the England squad is tough. So I don't think he would have been going anyway. But it's mad if he's out for the season. That's crazy. So Lumi says, did you shake Rooney's hand? No, I didn't, man. I didn't shake his hand. But as I said, man, playing against him as a 14-year-old, it was an eye opener. It was an eye opener, man, as to how good he was. You know, physically another level, but technically he was an absolute joke. You know, the goal he scored against Newcastle. Remember when he was arguing with the referee, and then he just turned around, ball comes to him, hits it in top corner. Like if like from what I see of Rooney, to me that wasn't surprising because he had that ability, even at the age of like 14, 15. You know, he was an absolute joke. So, but no, I didn't shake his hand. I didn't. To be fair, the way he was performing in that game, man, it'd have been embarrassing to shake his hand. Put it that way. Yeah, he was an absolute joke, Rooney. But Toxic Fiery says, wait, if Madders doesn't make it to the World Cup, that means if Dele Alli has had a great season, his World Cup dream alive. Yeah, I think Dele Alli's time is done for England. I think moving forwards for England, they've got too many attackers or too many players due to politics that have to be in the squad or play. So the likes of Dele Alli, you know, and again, Dele Alli was the golden boy of English football at one time, funny enough. But the likes of Dele Alli, James Maddison, yeah, their dream is done now. For England, you know, because obviously you got to think of players coming through as well. It's going to be difficult for them to get back into the squad. Guys, before I carry on with your comments and that, and big up, so keep your comments coming through and your questions. So yeah, Man United been linked with. Wait 1 second, what's going on there? Oh, just watching the Bournemouth and West Ham game. Jared Bowen just fluffed his lines. Very good player, Bowen, to be fair. But Man United interested in Fermin Lopez from Barcelona, and I thought I'd bring it in. You know, it's a non-story really. I don't think United couldn't afford him for one. I think it's been rumored to be 70 million euros. And again, for me, Fermin Lopez, would he suit this three at the back system? I don't know, because if you play Fermin Lopez, he's got to play as one of the tens. And again, you got Mbuemo and Cunha in the tens, and then you got Ahmad as well. Xerxes might play there, and Kobe Manu can play there as well. Mason Mount. So yeah, this story about Fermin Lopez for me is nonsense. You know, for how much he's going to cost. And again, you know, is he going to want to leave Barcelona coming through that youth system? You know, he's not going to get much game time much starts, I would say, in comparison to what he would like. But again, he's still part of that squad, and he's still an asset to Barcelona. But yeah, it's a non-story, you know. And again, how much he's going to cost, 70 million from what's been rumoured, you know, it's nonsense really. But as a player, you know, I think in terms of, I actually think he probably might suit English football, because he's like a number 8 come number 10 that gets goals, you know, from midfield. So I think I would liken him to, not an identical player, but I'd liken him to like a Frank Lampard sort of type player. Someone that from midfield gets goals, you know. And so I think he'd be a good player in the Premiership, but he's not going to play for Man United. And as, again, Bruno Fernandes is there as well. So yeah, it's not going to happen. And again, Bruno Fernandes has been subject of interest from Al Nassr. You know, Ronaldo's already got João Felix there. You know, he wants to try and get Anthony and now Bruno. You know, I think I would love, I would love Man United, you know, to, you know, accept a bid from Al Nassr for Bruno Fernandes. But they missed their chance with Al Hilal. You know, they were messing around for so long with Al Hilal. Like even anything that comes up now about Bruno Fernandes, I'm just not interested in really because the club weren't serious. You know, you had 100 million bid on the table from Al Hilal, and they kept Bruno Fernandes. So they've only got themselves to blame. You know, so when you got a player that doesn't really figure into the system, you know, and you know he's gonna be 31 during the season as well. They've missed out on 100 million, and that could have helped invest into the team. So yeah, it's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy, but it is what it is, you know. But yeah, the Fermin Lopez story, yeah, I'm not really buying that one, to be honest. So Sham says, I've read a report that Como have not put him in the squad for the season. He is considering retiring age 29. Dele Alli, bloody hell. Under Cesc Fabregas. You know, and obviously Cesc Fabregas would know Dele Alli as well. So if he's not in the squad, yeah, Ali must have really dropped off, you know. But again, he had his issues anyway with I think it was depression and other stuff that was going on. So it's mad because Dele Alli, when he was coming through, man, he was one of the best young players in the game in Europe, 100%. 100%, he was one of the best young players in Europe, no doubting. But yeah, it's safe to say, man, that his career hasn't really gone the way it should have gone, really, from how he burst onto the scene. But yeah, it's sad. It's sad. Yeah, I remember seeing a documentary about the Mourinho and Dele Alli thing. So Buckwheat says Amarim delivers the actions on the pitch instead of fresh air out of your mouth. Actions speak louder than words. So Amarim delivers the actions on the pitch instead of fresh air out of your mouth. I'm not quite. Buckwheat, I can't really understand what that's saying. Are you saying that? So Amarim delivers the actions on the pitch instead of fresh air out of his mouth. Actions speak louder than words. So what, are you saying that Amarim needs to deliver on the pitch? Because I agree. If you're saying he's got to deliver on the pitch rather than just talking, then I agree. But if you're still in the chat, put your comment back in there so I can understand what you mean. Jude says he's meant to be in his prime and he's considering retiring. Yeah, mad. Dele Alli. So Gamer says, who is the top 3 strikers of all time? R9. You know what? That's a hard question. For me, R9's an automatic. And then we're looking at... Yeah, it's difficult because R9 for me, I'm gonna put a name in there that a few of you might actually be surprised. Whoa, I don't know, you might not be surprised, but I'm gonna put Gabriel Batistuta in there. I think Batistuta has to go in there because he was absolutely dangerous. I don't know the other strikers really because I know I'm gonna put in there. Again, this is down to personal preference. So for me, R9, Batistuta. Actually, you know what? No. Oh, it means I'm going to leave out someone else. Oh, I'm going to leave out some. Guys, if I'm going to say personal preference, I'm going to say R9, Adriano, the Emperor. If anyone knows Adriano, the Brazilian striker. And I'm going to say it's between Batistuta and Zlatan Ibrahimovic for me. Yeah. It's tough. I'm gonna probably say Ibra. I'll probably say Ibra. R9, Adriano, and Ibra for me. You know, if I had to pick 3. But Batistuta deserves a mention as well. But it's not easy. It's not easy. But yeah, R9, the real Ronaldo, Adriano, and Ibrahimovic. So Jay Toxic Fiery says, get rid of Aguero. He scored 1 goal that won the Premier League and he's considered world class. Nah, you can't say that, man. No way. No way. Jay, when you're saying to me that you want Garnacho at Tottenham, like I'm looking at that a bit skeptical, I have to be honest. But listen, Aguero was one of the best strikers to play in the Premier League, you know, and when he was in that Premier League, he was the best striker. He was, you know. His goal record speaks for itself. You know, this is a guy that made his debut at 15 years of age for Independiente in Argentina before going to Atletico Madrid. You know, and obviously when he left Man City, he went to Barca. You know, obviously he had the issues as well, which meant he had to stop playing. But yeah, nah, to say that he only scored one goal that won the Premier League, like, nah, man, you can't be saying that about Sergio Kun Aguero, man. Aguero is one of the greatest strikers to play in the Premier League, easily, easily. You know, so yeah, man, I can't be saying get rid of Aguero like that, man. It's not easy. You know. Remember when Rodri was publicly saying they are overplayed, then days after his ACL. Yeah. Tottenham should look at Eze to replace Madders. Yeah, I agree, Lumi. That's what I've been saying. I think Eze for me is I reckon as well now they're gonna really go out for Eze now because they need to go and get a replacement. I mean, if he's out for the season, they can't just say they can't just say, you know, we're gonna get by. You know, they have to go out and get Eze. And if I mean there's rumours that Eze wants Arsenal, you know, but he'd be better at Tottenham for me, you know. And as Shams said, imagine Eze and Kudus in the same team. That's what I wanted at Man United. I wanted Kudus and Eze. And it might happen at Tottenham. And I'll tell you now, if you can get Eze, Kudus in the same team with Kulusevski, you know, with you got Paulinho there now, Lucas Bergval, Basuma, Bentancur, that back five I mentioned the other day, Solanke. Listen, that team all of a sudden, you know what I mean? It looks like a top six team, and the manager. So yeah, I'll be very interested to see if Tottenham actually go and press down for Eze now because I think with that Madison injury, he's a must now. So yeah. Yeah, I remember that, Lumi, when Ferguson said that. Yeah, Dele Alli, man, was one of the best players, man, in Europe when he was at Tottenham. He was. There's no one that can actually deny that. Oh, so he got released by Como. Bloody hell. So Spurs needed either Eze or Gibbs White, but we missed out on both. I will go for that youngster who plays for Como. Who's that? Who's the youngster that plays for Como? When is the Ballon d'Or winner getting announced? It's taking long. I'm not even too sure, to be honest with you. But what I would say is, it's for me, it's between two players for me. Yeah, between two players, and that's Lamine Yamal and Ousmane Dembele. I'll be very surprised if there's anyone else in the reckoning, but I think it's between them two. Safcom says I would have took 100 mil for Bruno, bro. I think anyone would have taken 100 mil for Bruno. Like the fact that we're even talking about there was 100 million offer on the table for Bruno Fernandes is absolutely ridiculous that United didn't even take that up. So yeah, listen, I'm just tired of this Bruno Fernandes guy personally. You know, I've been talking about this player for years now. You know, being one of the biggest problems at the club, and he's still there. So I'm just resigned now to just seeing what happens. All I care about now is the first 5 games of the Premier League season, seeing what this manager does, and then we can judge it from there. You know, because this manager for me is not going to make me forget about last season because last season was an absolute disgrace, you know, and the Europa League final just topped it off. So, yeah, Delhi should go back to MK Dons, yeah, where he started his career. Might be a good shout, to be honest. Okay, so Monday, 27th of October. Okay, so we got a bit of time still then. Yeah, listen, that Drew, that signing by Spurs for Paulinho, it's a very smart signing, man, to be honest with you, because I look at their midfield now of and again, under Thomas Frank, you would think that their midfield will be a lot better than it was in terms of Basuma and Bentancur. So I think Basuma, Bentancur, Bergval, Paulinho, and Papa Matasar as well. That's a very good midfield there. You know, it's got energy in there. It's got quality. It's got press resistance in there as well. So yeah, man, I think that's not bad. That's not bad. Uh, listen, Jay, Rafinha's not winning the Ballon d'Or. The thing is, Rafinha had a chance to win it if Barcelona would have won the Champions League, then I think Rafinha probably would have been the front runner. But as I've mentioned previously, you know, the way I think it's gonna work is that if you're gonna give it to the best player, you know, you're gonna give it to Lamine Yamal. And the thing is, Yamal had decent numbers as well as being the best player. But the thing is, Ousmane Dembele is in with a shout because PSG won the Champions League. You know, they won the French Cup, the French League as well, Liga as well. And Dembele had good numbers. So this is why Dembele is in the frame. The thing is, there was talk about Nuno Mendes and Vitinha, but realistically, you can't give it to a left back. You know, you can't have a left back winning the Ballon d'Or, really. And then Vitinha, for me, deserves a mention. But again, I think the fact that Dembele has had the numbers and won the same as what a finish. What a finish. Jared Bowen again. This left back, guys, for West Ham, El Hadji Malik Diouf. I don't know if you guys remember watching Senegal against England, and he was causing problems. Obviously now at West Ham, he just put in a ball for Jared Bowen, and Bowen's finish. Listen, Jared Bowen, man, is underrated. He's underrated, I'm telling you. He's underrated. Remember when Liverpool wanted Jared Bowen to replace Mo Salah? What a finish. What a ball in, what a finish. Look at that. Off his right foot. Good connection into the far corner. Great finish. But, yeah, man. So, right, back to what I was saying. So, yeah, the thing with Vitinha won't get it because Dembele got the numbers and won the same as what Dembele won. So this is why I'm saying it's going to be between Yamal and Dembele to win it. And I think Rafinha's got insane numbers, but I think Yamal would be ahead of him because as the better footballer, you know. So, yeah. Oh, Sham says he meant Amorim needs to deliver the actions on the pitch instead of all the talk. Yeah, listen, I agree, man. All this talk that Amorim's been doing, I'm not here for it, man. You know, get the results and that's it, man. When it comes to the start of the season. Drew reckons it should be either Dembele or Rafinha. What? No Yamal? I'm surprised. Ronaldo, Eto'o, and Ibra. Jay, you can't really put Ronaldo there. Ronaldo's not really a traditional striker, really. You know, he's more of he obviously come through as a winger. You know, these other two are actual strikers. You know, and Ronaldo, although he played as a striker through his latter career, he's not a traditional striker. So I would never put Ronaldo as a striker, really. You know. Neil Pele says Ronaldinho CR7/Messi, Sir Alex during his playing days. I don't really know what that means, but big up. Yeah, big up Crawley Eagle. Big up, bro. Big up, Gav. Do you feel more excited for this season than previous few seasons? That's hard to answer, you know. Do you know what? I don't know. And the reason I don't know is because, one, I don't trust this manager to pick the right team and to do anything and to do what's required for this team. Two, I mean, Embuemo, Cunha, very good signings, but the fact that there hasn't been too many outgoings apart from Rashford on loan is concerning. You know, the fact that Bruno's still here, there's no midfielders that have come in yet, is concerning. And again, there's talk about Sesko, who I don't really want, if I'm honest with you. So I think just based on that, I'm not really excited, if I'm honest, but I think I just want to see what happens in these first 5 games. That's all I'm concentrating on, because this manager is going to be under pressure, as I keep saying, if he doesn't get positive results in the first 5 games, because the next 10 games after, the next 5 games after that are not easy. So yeah, I'm just waiting to the start of the season. But I wouldn't say that I'm excited, because for me, United haven't done what's required, to in terms of the transfer window at the moment for me to be excited. I mean, the likes of Cunha and Mbeumo, they were obvious signings, so we kind of knew that was going to happen. But I like it when Man United or other clubs sign someone that they haven't been linked to. Again, I've said plenty of times who Man United should be going for, Carlos Baleba, but there's no interest in it at the moment. So yeah, it's frustrating, but as I said, I'm not excited, but I'm just more optimistic to see what's going to happen in these first 5 games. And that's the main thing for me. Gamer says, who you think Eze is going to? I don't really know. Honestly, don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if Eze stays at Palace, if I'm honest, It wouldn't surprise me. So, I don't know. I think people will say Arsenal, but I don't know. I just don't see them signing Eze, because if they sign Eze, that means Martin Odegaard's in trouble, because Eze has to play as a 10. But then if they do sign, if Eze comes in, they plays him on the left, why sign Madueke? So I just don't believe it's going to happen. Eze to Arsenal. Tottenham need him now because of the Maddison injury. I would love Man United to sign him still, but we just don't know, man. We just don't know. Yamal is clearly the best player in the world. He is. So Kulusevski is better. I'm trolling. I'm happy I cropped my new Barca kit with Yamal worn by the pros. £160 for a kit now. My God, I didn't know that. £160, guys. I haven't bought a football kit in years, and I can tell you this now: the last one I bought wasn't £160. Is that how much they're going for now? That's crazy business. £160 a kit. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Drew reckons Eze would go to one of the North London clubs. Yeah, it's looking likely. Big up to Wyatt as well. Big up. Guys, come on. Only 12 likes. It's pretty poor today. Let's try and at least get 15, guys. Come on. If you're in there and you haven't smashed the like button, just smash the like button. And again, make sure you sub to the channel if it's your first time here as well. Luke Shaw said the club has a toxic atmosphere in the changing room for a few years, and Amarim has been fixing that. And you know what? I remember this comment from Luke Shaw. And the problem that I have with Luke Shaw saying that is that he's one of the players that are toxic. So, like, when you get players like Luke Shaw coming out and saying this nonsense, it's like, this is where, having awareness about yourself is crucial, because Luke Shaw, more than anyone, is the wrong player to be coming out saying that United have got rid of some of the toxic players or whatever he was saying, because he's one of them. He's someone that's on 190 grand a week and should have been gone about 5 years ago, And then what's going to happen now? He's got himself fit. People are going to start saying, "Oh, Luke Shaw looks, he looks like he wants to prove a point." And then what's going to happen? They're going to clamour for him to start. He gets injured, back to square one. So, as I said, man, this Luke Shaw guy, less talking Luke Shaw, man. When Luke Shaw was first signed by Man United, from Southampton, I was like, you know what? United have got one of the best left backs in the up and coming in the Premier League and in Europe. And to be honest with you, let's be honest. His career has been an absolute failure since he's been at Man United. Injuries, form's been a bit up and down. So yeah, as I said, it's he's the last one I'm gonna be hearing that from. Let's be honest. Yeah, Jay says at Wyatt, hey, your name reminds me of one of my favorite wrestlers, Bray Wyatt. Yeah, listen, man, the Fiend Bray Wyatt, obviously part of the WWE family, man. Yeah, listen. Yeah, Bray Wyatt, man, was a very, very good wrestler. Or maybe Wyatt from if anyone's seen Prison Break, the black guy Wyatt, man, the that worked for the what are they called again? The company. Guys, if you haven't seen Prison Break, listen, give that a watch. If anyone knows about Wyatt from Prison Break, yeah, make sure you smash that like button or give me a thumbs up if you know about Wyatt from Prison Break. Sham says Lumi Rain sounds like a wrestler's name. You know what? You know what, Lumi, big up yourself as well. When I first heard that name, Lumi Rain, I thought it sounded like something from Mortal Kombat. If anyone knows Mortal Kombat, man, you know Lumi Rain is a Mortal Kombat's name. Trust me. But big up Lumi anyway. Dembele was crazy dangerous in the Champions League last season. He was, man. He was very good. And the thing is, as well, it's a masterstroke from Luis Enrique to play Dembele as a false nine. Because again, Dembele's been a winger his whole life. And to think that Dembele as a false nine was that effective, yeah, listen, man, it's a masterstroke. 100%. Gamer says, Wilson to West Ham, what do you think? To be honest with you, it's a good signing from West Ham. And I think West Ham wanted Callum Wilson before he went to Newcastle. And I think if you look at West Ham now, they're going to be playing with Bowen playing just off of Nicholas Füllkrug. So Nicholas Füllkrug is the more target man, battering ram type of striker. So if they're going to get another one in Callum Wilson, because obviously Mikel Antonio is even still there. Antonio obviously had that bad car crash, but I think they're getting someone that can play as a target man, what Wilson can do, and have Jared Bowen playing just off them. So I think that's the thinking behind Graham Potter's move for Callum Wilson, and he's on a free as well. So yeah, it's good business, really. You think about it. Yeah, big up Lumi, man. Appreciate that a lot. Appreciate it a lot. So thanks, Gamer. I just want to help, as Gab deserves recognition for his knowledge on the game and how he articulates it. Yeah, no, I appreciate that, man. As I said, yeah, listen, I've got extensive knowledge in football just from playing, watching, you know, and coaching. So I like to think, you know, the way I put it across is quite clear and concise for everyone. You know, because I think a lot with football opinions and that is, it's not just black and white. You know, with how some people put things across. You know, it's not as simple as saying, which is why when someone said earlier about, you know, was it Henry, Rooney, Shearer, and Salah? It's like things like that. You know, you can't just answer just who's the best player or the best striker, because for a start, they're not all strikers. And, you know, they're different kind of profiles as well. So, yeah, it's things like that, really, that I like to discuss, you know. But, yeah, no, big up, Lumi, man. Appreciate it each and every time. So, Jay says, Joof, I swear he's played for Stoke. Now, you're thinking of Mame Biram Joof, ex-Man United player. Biram Joof was a striker at Stoke. You're right, but this is a different player. This is El Hadji Malik Diouf from for West Ham. He played for Senegal against England when Senegal beat England recently in a friendly. He's a good player, man. Very good player. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna go through some of your questions. If I miss out some of them, apologies, but just gonna go through some of the ones that stood out. Obviously, we're gonna wrap up soon as well. So Jude reckons he can see Bowen going somewhere big after next season. You know what? I hear it, but I think with Jared Bowen, I mean, when you actually think about it, why would he need to leave West Ham? Because he's the captain. You know, he's considered their best player with Paqueta. You know, sometimes the grass ain't always green on the other side. So I think he does deserve to get a big move to another team in the Premier League, but he might look at it and think he's got everything that he needs at West Ham. You know, obviously he's with Danny Dyer. You know, obviously West Ham fan. Um, Obviously he isn't with Danny Dyer, the West Ham fan. He's with his daughter. So yeah, again, he's got everything that he needs. So I don't really see him leaving as such. You know, I could be wrong, but who knows? Wyatt says, did you see Amram see he aims to stay at for 20 years? Yeah, I think we've spoken about this already, Wyatt. Listen, Amarim can say that all he wants. At the end of the day, he's got 5 games start of the season because he he wants to be there for 20 years. He might not even make 20 matches. So listen, let's just remain cautious because all these quotes that are coming out from Amarim, you know, he's gonna say that, but it means nothing really because if he doesn't get positive results, you know, Ineos will pull the plug. So yeah, we'll have to just wait and see what happens there, man. But yeah, I'm not here for these dumb comments that he's coming out with. Big up to Hulker Box. Come on, you Spurs. Yeah, big up. Funny horror video says, "Are you play football?" I think you meant to say, "And you play football?" Yeah, I can't really answer that one. I don't really understand the question. Hulker Book says, "Who do you support?" Man United. Yeah, big up Daniela. Appreciate that. Yeah, listen, two touch, man. That's my game. I love that. Yeah, two touch. I'm gonna be playing a bit of football tennis tomorrow actually as well. So I got football tomorrow. So yeah, I play 5-a-side. So after our game, normally what I do, me and a couple of others, we just end up playing some football tennis. You know, good for the touch and that. So I'll be doing that, man. Yeah. Should go through some more of your questions, guys. Big up yourselves each and every time. Let's at least hit 15 likes, you know, as a minimum target today. So Lumi says Gav's biggest weakness is his choice in club. What you mean? The biggest club in the one of the biggest clubs in the world, Lumi? Is that what you mean? Yeah. Yeah. Listen, we're gonna see at the start of the season. You know, United, Arsenal. Again, Arsenal are favourites, but I just got a feeling that United are gonna at least get a draw. You know, and if United get a draw, you know, I think we should always go into every game to win. But I think if it's a draw, I won't be too dissatisfied if it's because against Arsenal. But then that just means against Fulham and Burnley, I'm looking at least 4 points as a minimum 4 points. If they get 6, then fair enough. But 4 points is a minimum for me. But yeah, listen, I'll be looking forward to this season, man. When it kicks off, 100%. Lumi says, Gav, have you ever scored a late winner in your career? And if so, how did it feel? Yeah, I have actually. Funny enough. I actually scored a winner playing for. I think it might have been playing for my. I know. I was playing semi-pro actually for one of the teams I used to play for. They were called. What were they called? The name of it now. Friendford, I think they might have been called. This is when I was playing just casually, and I think I'm talking about a more recent one. And funny enough, actually, we was playing against a team I used to play for, and we played them in like a derby and league game. And I remember, funny enough, actually, it was 0-0 for the majority of the game, and I actually was playing well, and I think the ball got put into the box, and you know I'm not someone that's known for heading the ball, but then I managed to just and I think the fact that I was playing against my former team, I managed to just get myself across the defender and score like a diving header to win 1-0. And that was literally like the last kick of the game. Like when I say the last kick, I think they took centre and then played it back, and I think the ref blew up from there. So literally at the last kick, and again I was going mad because it was against one of my former teams, and again it was a diving header that I don't even score really normally. So that's the one of note I can think of, but that's one that sticks out to me. Yeah, I would say. But big up, man. Good question. Yeah, Mortal Kombat. Bro, Lumi Rain is a Mortal Kombat game. Great games, great memory. One of my favorite games of all time. I only get on day one. Yeah, so Rain was actually a Mortal Kombat character. That's where I was thinking of that name. Funny enough, yeah. Lumi Rain. Lumi, is that your real name or your handle? Let us know. Like, what's your full name? Is it Lumidi Rain or what? Let us know. Yeah, big up, Lewis, man. Big up, bro, for coming on. Big up. So, Gamer says, have you seen the new Battlefield 6 gameplay? They showed online gameplay, looks unbelievable. Yeah, I see it yesterday, funny enough, Lewis. I see it, Gamer, sorry. I see it yesterday. I'm going to be getting that 100%. I've clocked all the other ones, so that's the next one I'm getting, But there's a few games that are going to be coming out, so that I need to try and get. So, I've got games there that I've not even had time to play, man. Like I haven't played my PS5 for about 3-4 months now, but I need to get back onto it. I think the last game I was playing was FIFA, but I got Final Fantasy Rebirth that I need to clock. I've got Undisputed, which is the boxing game. What else have I got? WK24, but 25 one. I need to get that one. So yeah, I haven't played it in time. Hitman, I like playing Hitman, but yeah, I haven't played it in time, man. So I need to get back onto it. Maybe sometime this week. Who knows? But yeah, but that Battlefield 6 game, I'm gonna get that 100%. Them and the Call of Duty games. I've clocked every single Call of Duty game, and the same with Battlefield. And that number 6 one is next on the list. If you guys get a chance as well, check out a game called Ghost of Tsushima. They got a new one coming out called Ghost of Yote, which is like the same thing, but just a different version. Yeah, big up. Oh, hey, what do you mean I can't score penalties, Sham? What do you mean I can't score penalties? Since when I can't score penalties? Since when? Since when? Big up, man. So Goals Edit says, what do you think about the new Barca signings? Well, to be honest with you, they've only signed one player. The new Barca signings, they've only brought in Rashford. They ain't brought in no one else. Yeah, Barca have only brought in Rashford. They ain't brought in no one else. Yeah. Guys, if I'm wrong, let me know. Because I think they've only brought in Rashford. Yeah, big up, Jude, man. Big up. Guys, I will be back, as I say, tomorrow at 11:30. So if you're still on there, I'm back at 11:30 tomorrow for the Man United and Everton match reaction. So yeah, make sure you guys come through and we'll discuss as well. Yeah, João Paulinho is a very good signing for Tottenham. He is. He is. Right, guys, we're going to wrap up in about 5 minutes. But big up yourselves for coming through each and every time. So how much kick-ups have you ever done? What's the most you've done? So for me with kick-ups, I don't really count. I can just do kick-ups to whenever I get bored and stop. Like, that's the honest truth. Because with kick-ups, it's one of them things where I do alternate feet. So it's like I can just go for however long I want to, really. To when I get tired, like or bored, shall I say? So yeah, yeah. I don't really count kick-ups really. I think I more counted it when I was younger, because you want to try and beat a certain number. But for me, it's more about just just stopping whenever I get bored. That's the only thing. If you wasn't a United fan, what team would you support? Mine would be Ipswich Town. Mad. Ipswich Town, that's crazy. What's actually funny actually. When I was at Tottenham, um, obviously the year above me, who I was playing with as well, was Ipswich's manager, Kieran McKenna. Funny enough, yeah. So I played with Kieran McKenna a couple of times for Tottenham. So he was the year above me, and again he's done mad in his career because I never thought I'd see him become a coach and or a manager. And obviously from Tottenham, being a coach, he went to Man United, and then obviously now he's Ipswich's manager, which is crazy. So yeah, Northern Irishman, Kieran McKenna. Gav, don't duck for our game. Listen, Lumi, I'm gonna be there for the Man United Arsenal game, and I hope for your sake, Victor Gyökeres is on fire because listen, we are gonna be here. We are gonna be here to run banter on Victor Gyökeres. So listen, there's no way I'm missing that game. But yeah, no, 100 man. I'll be doing a live watch along for that one, no doubt, no doubt. So also, what teams did you coach and was amateur side? So coaching, so I've done coaching in terms of working for coaching companies. I used to work for a PSG academy team that was based in my area as well. So they got different kind of academy teams in different countries. So I ended up doing a bit of coaching for them. I've coached for different companies for years. Amateur sides, I was playing for Grays Athletic. Who else? Grays Athletic, Bishop Stortford as well. Yeah. Just they were the few of the amateur sides that I played for. But when it went to amateur side, I didn't really take it too seriously. But it was a big drop from what I used to do, man. Put it that way. But so yeah, just coaching and playing as well and watching. So Lumi is my name and rain in from the game. Okay. What? Oh, so your last name is literally based on the Mortal Kombat game? I ain't believing that. No way. So Wyatt says, "Do you play FC 25?" I do. I do, man. I play career mode. So at the moment, in actual fact, you guys might laugh because I'm always Man United on my career mode, but I've actually chosen to be Man City. I just wanted to change up a bit. And my Man City team, we're in the Champions League final at the moment against PSG. Funny enough, just won the league, got beat in the FA Cup final by Arsenal. Funny enough as well. But my team, I've got my two keepers. I've got Juan Garcia. Oh, Barcelona signing Juan Garcia, very good keeper, in goal, and I've got Edison. My two right backs, I've got Achraf Hakimi and Tino Livramento. My two left backs are Ait Nouri and Ian Matson of Aston Villa. My centre backs, I've got William Pacho from PSG, Lenny Yoro, Abdulkader Kusanov, who's very good, and I've got Castello Lukeba, and I've just signed Yoro Hato as well, but I've put Hato on loan, and I've got Lukeba. So I've got two left-footed centre-backs, two right-footed centre-backs, two right-backs, two left-backs. My midfield, I've got Carlos Baleba, Sandro Tonali, Pedri, and Rodri. I had Reinders, but I had done a swap with Reinders and Pedri because Pedri's one of my favourite players, man, top player, and they only wanted Reinders from me. My two number 10s, I got Ryan Cherky and Claudio Echeverri. My two right wingers, I've got Lamine Yamal and Brian Mbuemo. My two left wingers are Rodrigo and Desiree Doué. And then my striker is Erling Haaland and Joshua Zirkzee. So that's my team. So yeah, mad team. So yeah. Yeah, a gamer. You know what, bro? Yeah, it's weird. Do you know what? I've never really been someone that plays online. I've never really done that. I've never really played online. I even like with games like Call of Duty and stuff like that. I like to just play them. I like clocking the campaign mode and then just selling the game off. That's what I like doing, man. I've always done that. But yeah, listen, in the future, man, 100%. Once I build the channel and the channel's doing how I want it to do, then yeah, I'll have more time to kind of to play online and that. But at this moment in time, man, the main thing for me is just getting this channel out there and just keep working on the channel, man. But 100%. Best COD is COD World War II. Yeah, what one's that again? Is that the? I've played so many of them. What is that? Is that the COD with the guy with the helmet on the front of the game? He's got like a gun. He's got like a gun, and he's got like something covering his face or something like that. I can't remember. So Blue Edit says Gav Prime Mudrick. Nah, no way, man. No way. Although I do think Mudrick ain't a bad player, you know, to be honest with you. But yeah, man, he's out of there now, though. So both Lumi and I asked you a few times about that short you taking a penalty and it cuts. We asked you if you scored and you didn't answer. So now we think you. Nah, bro, I scored it, man. Yeah, 100% scored it. I can't actually remember if I've actually got the video to that. I can't remember, but yeah, 100% scored it. Oh, my bad. Sorry, Wyatt. Big up yourself, bro, man. Sorry. Do you know what? I actually forgot. Yeah, so Rooney Bargaggi from Copenhagen. And Rooney's a very good player, Rooney Bargaggi. He's a very good player. And you can see why Barca have actually signed him, because left-footed, inverted, you know, he's going to be... He's basically going to be the backup to Lamine Yamal. But he's a very good player. You know, he was linked with Man United previously. And he's got a lot of potential, man. And yeah, Juan Garcia, for me, is a very good keeper. Modern-day goalkeeper as well. So yeah, I actually forgot they signed Rooney Bargaggi and Juan Garcia. Big up, man. Nah, Lumi, listen, I scored that, man. Let's not be silly now. I scored that. 100% I scored that. When it comes to penalties, you know, it's a wrap, really. Mate, no one is the next Messi. Stop lying to yourself. Yeah, listen, Messi's 1 in a million, man. I think it's not right to say who's the next Messi, in my opinion, because you got to forge your own career. So, Gav, I can jog and keep the ball up. How many can you do, Lumi? How many kickoffs can you do? Big up to Bilal as well. Bilal, make sure you smash that like button when you're coming through, bro. If it's still on there, guys, we're gonna be wrapping up in about 2 minutes. I'm trying to get through some of your questions as well. Big up to Tekka's boy as well for coming through. Glocker Res hat trick, yeah. Okay, Lumi, make sure you hold on to that, because listen, if he doesn't get a hat trick, man, you're gonna be in the mud. So make sure you come with that energy on the watch along. Glocker Res hat trick, yeah, against his former manager. So has anybody you've coached gone on to be a pro? Good question, you know. Good question. I don't really know. I don't really know. Yeah, I don't really know, to be honest with you. I actually don't even know. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I can't actually remember. I actually can't remember. Trying to think, there was someone. There was someone. I forgot his name though. Yeah, it's gone blank. I think there might have been one or two players. Yeah, listen, gamer. That team, man, is a mad team. It is a mad team. As I said, we're in the Champions League final, man. So against PSG. So I don't want no excuses. Yeah, imagine that Yamal and Pedri to City. Yeah, madness. Never in real life though. But I had to do it on my career mode, 100%. Yeah, listen, Ultimate Team. I don't even play Ultimate Team. You know, I've been hearing about Ultimate Team. I've never played it. As I say, I just play the career mode. So Crawley Eagle says, once you build this channel, you should have you should have a Discord group we can all connect on. Yeah, listen. I might even do that still. I might even do that. Yeah, I never really thought about that. But yeah, I'll definitely look at that, man, 100%. I think at this moment in time, my main focus is just trying to build this channel. You know, once I can start getting monetized as well, you know, obviously that would be good, you know. So yeah, it's just about building one day at a time, and obviously you guys coming through as well, showing your support is what matters, you know. So again, you guys help keep this channel going. You know, you help the interactions as well. So yeah, that's the main thing. So is anyone else an FM guy rather than an FC? Yeah, listen, Crawley, man, I'm an FM guy, 100%, Football Manager. Listen, that was my game. And they've actually stopped doing Football Manager now, funny enough. It's actually stopped, which is crazy. But I used to get Football Manager every year, played that on my laptop, on my PC. And yeah, man, it was crazy. But it's you know what it is? It's actually quite a shame now that it's actually stopped, the FM series. But yeah, it's mad. But guys, listen up. I'm gonna have to shoot anyway. But yeah, apology if I haven't got through everyone's questions or comments. But as I said, we've been going for a little while today anyway. But guys, I'm gonna be back tomorrow morning at 11:30. You know, so Man United versus Everton match reaction. So yeah, if you guys are free, make sure you guys come through. And as always, keep giving your support to the channel. Big up to all the mods. Big up to Jay as well. Yeah, big up, guys. Big up to your support, man. It's much appreciated. But as I said, yeah, I'm gonna be back live tomorrow at 11:30, and then back at normal time of 5:30 or 6 o'clock with Jonas for our usual stream on Monday. So yeah, make sure you guys come through and you're supporting the channel as always. Big up to each and every one of you for your comments and for your support. 16 likes, guys, which is decent, you know, but let's try and aim for a lot higher. You know, obviously the most we've got so far is 30. So we want to try and keep hitting them numbers. So yeah, if we can just keep it consistent, that'd be great. But as I said, guys, going to be watching this Man United game tonight, kicking off at 10 o'clock. Cunha's playing up top, Embuemo, Bruno, Ahmad, Dallo, Ugarte, Mainu, Yoro, Delic, Shaw, Bayinde. So quite a strong team. So, but again, for me, I'm looking at performances. That's the main thing. So that's what I'll be concentrating on. But yeah, as I said, guys, big up yourselves each and every time. And I'm going to catch you guys tomorrow at 11:30. Take it easy.